No, I just wanted to connect with you, record this video for my YouTube
Yeah,
channel, which is named as Wheels of Soul.
yeah.
So I just wanted to, record this video and publish on this to motivate the youngsters and because your journey is such an amazing journey. So to start with, came to know about your journey when I was preparing a proposal for Delhi to London motorcycle ride, and
Hmm.
when I started searching that how to get visa, how to get these thing, then I went through a lot of websites, the embassy pages, and also, and then I thought कि let me search कि किसी ने आज तक किया भी है कि नहीं किया है, ऐसा अचीव हुआ भी है कि नहीं. तो देन आई सर्च, तो एक निकल के आया कि 2009 में समवन डिड इन फ्रॉम लंदन टू दिल्ली, उन्होंने अपने कार में किया था.
Hmm.
एंड
Yeah.
उसके पहले फिर मैंने बाइक पे सर्च किया तो उसमें निकल के आया कि यस, योर नेम वाज देयर. और आई थिंक ये काफी साल पहले की बात है, और उस टाइम पे जब मैंने सर्च किया भी था तो आई वाजंट एबल टू यू नो फाइंड मच डिटेल, क्योंकि शायद उस टाइम पे आपका विकिपीडिया वाज नॉट अपडेटेड. तो आई
Yeah.
वांट
Yeah.
टू टेल एवरीबॉडी दैट जो भारद्वाज जी हैं, ही इज he's the one person who have achieved such a feat, international road trip, 5 continents, 14 countries he has done in 2006, जब बाइकिंग कल्चर
Yeah.
इंडिया में एक्टिव नहीं था तब. और तब इन्होंने ये वो रिकॉर्ड अचीव किया, और सब अपने दम पे. इट्स ऑल डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, वीजा एंड एवरीथिंग ही हैज
Yeah.
अचीव डिड ऑन हिज ओन. तो आप लेट्स हियर फ्रॉम यू. तो कैसे, मतलब आपको आइडिया आया इसके बारे में कि यू शुड डू दिस, बिकॉज आजकल तो हम देखते हैं कि राइडिंग कल्चर इंडिया में बहुत तेजी से ग्रो हुआ है, बट ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम 2006 आई थिंक रेयरली लोगों के पास बाइकिंग और वो सेटअप होता था, राइडिंग गियर, ये सब तो कुछ कल्चर था ही नहीं कि वो लोग रोड
हाँ.
ट्रिप्स पे जा सकें. तो हाउ दिस आइडिया केम इन टू योर माइंड एंड हाउ यू स्टार्टेड प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर इट.
So I always wanted to see how the world is, even from when I was very young. So दुनिया कैसा है, अलग अलग देशों के लोग कैसे हैं, और वहाँ की माहौल कैसा है. यूरोप देखना है, लंदन देखना है, पेरिस देखना है. तो ऐसा तो बहुत सारा ड्रीम्स था. लेकिन जैसे जैसे हम जिंदगी में आगे बढ़ते जाएंगे तो बहुत सारे रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज आ जाते हैं, और वी फॉरगेट आवर ड्रीम्स एंड वी गेट इनटू द रैट रेस ऑफ लिविंग आवर ओन लाइफ.
राइट.
बट ऐसा एक दिन आया था कि अभी तो कुछ करना चाहिए. एंड देन आई स्टार्टेड प्लानिंग फॉर वर्ल्ड टूर. जैसा आपने बताया, मैंने भी बहुत सर्च किया, बहुत रिसर्च किया, तो पता चला कि कोई भी अभी तक किया ही नहीं इंडिया से. तो मैंने सोचा तो अब तो बिल्कुल करना ही चाहिए. जब कोई किया नहीं तो हमको तो करना चाहिए करके. So I started accumulating all the information. That time there is no internet, there is no Facebooks and social media. That time nobody was even thinking of going to Leh Ladakh. तो लेह लद्दाख के बारे में भी किसी को मालूम भी नहीं था तब तक. So nobody was there to help me out. So I had to do all the digging, and I had to travel to various places like Delhi, Mumbai, all the consulates of the countries, and discuss with them. So it took me almost 2 years to plan my world tour.
Okay.
Because you don't even know from which country to which country you are going to go. So right now we know that we can go to Bangladesh, we can go to China, we can go to Pakistan or anything like that. But on the internet, if you just send an email, you will get a reply, okay, you can go here or you cannot go, you can be permitted or not permitted, something like that. At that time, imagine if I want to find out whether I can go through Pakistan or not, then I have to go to Delhi, then I have to take an appointment with the consulate, and then I had to inquire with there whether I want to, I'll be available, I'll be permitted to go through Pakistan or not. So after that, they will simply say yes or no. And then I have to come back and they have to find out with the next country. So that was the way I had to find out about each and every country, their rules and regulations, their visa rules. तो इसीलिए मुझे काफी टाइम लग गया था पूरा इंफॉर्मेशन लाने के लिए। उसके बाद चलो अभी अभी तो इंफॉर्मेशन तो आ ही गया, तो आई स्टार्टेड प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर माय वर्ल्ड टूर, and physical fitness, mental fitness, everything was very important. So I prepared myself, and one fine day I started up my world tour.
Okay. So, in during that preparation, you tried for sponsorship and all, also?
Yeah. See, even today, I'm the only person who did a proper world tour around the globe, completing the complete circle. And even after so many years, after 11 years of me completing the trip, Shami Kapoor's son, he completed the trip solo. So he went around the world solo. So why, for anybody, why should it take so much time? Why of the billion people, I'm the only one who did it? In the means, it's not about money. The many people, they do have the kind of money it takes,
Yes.
but it's more about a lot of hurdles, lot of difficulties, lot of formalities, lot of documentation, lot of rules. So इन सब झंझटों से आगे जाना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. So we'll be discouraged even in the very beginning. Like when I went to the rest of the passport and visa agents in the country, they just refused to get me visas because nobody can give you all the visas you need. So that's the way they approach us. And that too, for Indians, going to one country is a big issue. Getting one visa is a big issue. And at that time, it was even more big issue. So nobody was very positive about it. But as I said, if you are really wanting to do something like that, and if you are determined to do something like that, and then you will automatically go through all the hurdles, and then you will come out as a winner. But as I said, it takes a lot of money, and more than money, it takes a lot of effort and determination, courage, and you need to be लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई जैसा लगे रहना चाहिए. तो इतना ज्यादा पेशेंस मिलना बहुत कम हो गया आजकल, इसीलिए ज्यादा लोग अभी जाते नहीं. लेकिन it's more about a dream than a ride. See, riding around the world is, the riding part is very little, maybe 5-10% of the around the world tour will be riding.
Right.
90-95% will be handling all these things, knowing how to do these things, and staying fit and facing all the problems and challenges, and then keep going ahead. So if it is just a ride, many people will do it, but it's more than a ride. That's why you are still talking to me even after all these years. So it becomes more than a ride. So riding is just a small part of it.
Still, even today, if I have to search for, let's say, Delhi to Thailand, जो आजकल काफी famous हो गया है road trip because of that highway जो Myanmar के through connectivity है. So even today, when technology is everywhere, और आपको एक mail पे response मिल जाता है about the visa, detailing, fees, everything, time मिल जाता है, date मिल जाती है. Still, it is very difficult to get transit visa for passing the international land borders. It is very difficult. I have gone through it, and these days agencies are there. There are multiple agencies who are organizing this kind of setup. So if you want to ride, they have made it a profession kind of thing, and they started business out of it. They'll prepare everything for you. They'll get all the visas, documents. But still, even today, it is very difficult to get those transit visas, especially the multiple one. During that time, what was the challenge, major challenge? I mean, in terms of whenever you are visiting a visa office, because that time offices were also like, you have to be there in person to get the mobile ka time nahi tha, landline ka time tha. So how you managed and cope up with that, particular challenge की हर ऑफिस जा के वीजा लेना, और उसमें कितना टाइम लगता था और क्या डिफिकल्टी आती थी?
इसीलिए पूरा वीजा लेने में मुझे कम से कम 8 महीने लग गए, क्योंकि हर एक ऑफिस में जाना पड़ता है, उनको एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ता है कोई मानेगा नहीं, क्योंकि आप बाइक लेके क्यों जाना चाहते हो इतना दूर। ऐसा तो Indians are not famous for doing such kind of world tours and other things. And I am not a very rich guy who can support and sponsor and show lots of money in my bank account and all that. So it becomes very difficult to convince them to give you a visa. And so it was really, really hard. Like you are saying, even now, you can, if you just have money, you can go to some agency like what you have mentioned, and they will get you all the permits and other things. But even otherwise, it becomes very, very difficult to get it on your own. So that
Yes.
time, no agencies, nothing was there. So it was very difficult. But I'm very glad that borders are opening now, and more and more countries are welcoming Indians. Before we were only seen as immigrants and
Yes.
jobless people.
Hmm.
But now we are getting enough respect we deserve. So nobody is really looking down on us. So see, that was another problem. If an American goes to a consulate and asks for a visa, saying that he's going around the world, he will immediately get it. But if an
Yes.
Indian goes to the same country, it will be a problem.
Right.
So it was a major problem. Getting the permissions was a major problem at that time. And then sponsors, it was even now it is very difficult to get sponsors because Indians are not really known for this kind of things. And though people now follow, have a lot of fans on Facebook and other things. So companies are now just coming out and doing some sponsorships, but they are very little.
Yes, I mean, right nowadays, if somebody asks for sponsorship about, doing that some trip or something like that, these days, these are very much happening and everybody is doing. I mean, there are a lot of people,
Yeah,
not everybody, but definitely
yeah,
there are a lot of people trying for this. YouTube
yeah,
pe, there are n number of channels on this only, you're vlogging their road
right,
trips. So
right,
आजकल तो ये बहुत normal हो गया, but at that time, 16 years ago, somebody
yeah,
talking about doing an international road trip is something which deserves
yeah,
sponsors, because that time
right,
is literally a thing जिसको सच में sponsor किया जा सकता है, which is way ahead than its time की 2006 में जिसके बारे में सोचा ही
yeah.
नहीं जा सकता था. So but obviously I can understand कि हाँ sponsors का. So what was the route plan you have taken for this trip during that time?
So
I mean,
even now, India is a kind of a landlocked country
hmm,
because you can't really escape from India on a road.
hmm,
Now Bangladesh is open, and so that's a good thing. But before at that time, Pakistan was completely closed, and you can't pass through Pakistan. And China is completely closed. Even now, if you want to go through China, you need to take a Chinese
yes,
guide along with you, and it
yes,
costs you a lot.
yes,
And even the same thing with the Bangladesh and the other borders also. So I was not allowed to pass through any of these countries. So then the next immediate thing was Iran. So my first country out of India is Iran. I went to Mumbai. From Mumbai, I shipped my motorcycle to Iran. From Iran, I started my international ride. So from India, Iran, Turkey, Syria, Jordan, and then I crossed into Egypt, Africa. And from my Africa, I went into again. I came back to Jordan, Syria, and Jordan, and Greece. From Greece, I went into France and then Italy, and crossed the English Channel to UK, and then crossed Atlantic to Canada, Canada to USA. I traveled almost all over USA and North America, and then I went down to New Zealand, Australia, and then from there to Indonesia, and then Bangladesh, and back into India. That was my route.
and if I have to ask, the good moments of the trip that which is which is going to last forever with you, and the bad moments of the trip कि जहाँ पे लगा हो कि अब तो बस खत्म गया मैं, because I have read something about it, so I want to hear from you that if you have to highlight one or two good moments, the best moments of the trip in those countries, and the bad moments.
See, this is a world tour, and यानी कि बहुत बड़ा टूर होता है, इसमें एक दो अच्छा चीज और बुरी चीज नहीं होते हैं, बहुत सारे हजारों अच्छे चीज और हजारों बुरी चीज होते हैं. But the thing is, you need to balance in between.
Yes.
So you can't be too happy with the good things and you can't be too complaining with the bad. So they keep happening every day at some level or the other. So you need to keep going through everything. So ऐसा नहीं है कि बहुत कुछ बुरा हो गया तो मैं टूट गया, कहाँ जाने का, उधारी जाने का, ऐसा. You can't think like that. So the only way is to go forward. So that's how you can do. So I had some very good experiences with people and some bad experiences with people. Places are always good, and people from all over the world, they're always good to me. Like as a traveler, the tourist is a different guy than a traveler. Traveler is somebody who is really interested in knowing about your place, your culture, your country, and all that. So all the people wherever I go, they used to invite me to their homes and they used to offer me food and other things. So they have always presented in a very decent way and they treated me in a very nice way. So people like we can't say that the Middle East is something like that, and foreign countries, I mean the Western countries are good and bad or something like that. It's not like that. People everywhere are good and nice to travelers. So that way I had very good experiences with people and places. I was traveling from one good place to another good place, one beautiful place to another beautiful place. So every day it's a new place and every day I see new faces. So that is a very nice thing to have for a while. But after a while, you'll get tired of seeing new things. And so you want to shut down and you sit in one place for a while. So
Yes.
that
Yes.
also happens. So you can't, the continuous travel takes a lot of toll on your mind. So that's where you need to stop for a while, enjoy the scenery. So I was not actually
Rush.
racing around the world.
Yes. Yes.
So
You took almost.
my I
I think you took
18
almost
months.
18 months.
Yeah, 18 months to go around the thing. But that also, as I said, I was thoroughly enjoying the place. Wherever I go, I stay for a few days, I enjoy it, and then I move on. So I was not really rushing through the world. Otherwise, there's no point in going through the world.
And so, if any incident I have to ask about, what happened during that, I think in Kyrgyzstan or somewhere, you face some kind of, loot and all in
Now, in my
Kyrgyz.
first country, Iran itself, in my first country itself, I was beaten and robbed in my first country. So
Oh,
that's in Iran.
okay.
Yeah. So but as I said, we need to learn from every incident that happens to us. So that was a very good incident that happened to me because I learned how to keep myself safe, how to avoid some risky areas. So in the entire remaining world tour, I never faced with such a situation where I got robbed or I got beaten or something bad happened. So that's a good way. I would say that at that time it feels bad, but when you look back and understand, so that the incident that actually made me much more safer throughout the world. So that
Right.
one incident itself made me safe throughout the world.
So,
So it's a bad.
what was the actual incident happened? If you can share.
So I was camping in a very isolated place, and in Iran at that time, there were people who used to steal passports, foreigner passports, and they used to alter it, and they used to get out of the country. So the passports were very valuable, more than the money.
Okay.
So there were gangs who chase the tourists
Sorry.
and they steal passports from the tourists and other things. So that kind of things happened at that time. So I was camping in a very isolated location. So a bunch of guys came in the midnight and they started beating me and then they took my passport pouch and money pouch and everything and they fled with the money and and luckily I had another old passport. So my original passport was safe and my old passport was stolen. So I
Okay.
was saved from the misery. Like otherwise, I would have to go to Indian embassy and take a temporary passport, but then my world tour will end because all the visas will be in the old passport.
Hmm.
So obviously my world tour will end.
Hmm.
So that is how I was saved, even by the God.
Lucky.
So yeah, so luck happens a lot of times. In the entire tour, you will find so many lucky things happening to you. So that you call it good luck, or you call it prayers, or you call it blessings of all the people who are back in India. So anything. So, but these things do happen a lot of times. They save you.
So throughout the trip, as this was not sponsored, so you were staying
No.
in hotels, or how you were managing your stays for 18 months in those countries?
Yeah, mainly wherever I go, I'll try to find some hostels or cheaper accommodation, because accommodation is going to cost you the most among all the other expenses.
Right.
So 50% of your expenditure will be on accommodation,
Right.
if you are not very careful about it.
Hmm.
I had my tent and all the camping gear with me. So
Hmm.
whenever I'm in a safe area, I'll camp, and I'll stay in a camping ground, or even in an isolated location. Also, it was not a problem. But as far as possible, I will be staying in hostels and youth hostels and other cheaper accommodation. And if there is any Indians there, if people invite me to their homes, I'll go and stay in their homes. So that's how I manage my accommodation.
Okay. And about preparation of this road trip, I have seen that your charisma with those pannier boxes, and those the typical suitcase which those
Yeah,
days people used to carry in normal. So it was not very sophisticated, specially made saddlebags, pannier boxes, because that
yeah,
time that was not there in the market also. But
yeah,
these days I see a lot of people ki jab mere paas I have full gear, I have proper boxes, I have a big bike, tab main shuru karunga, tab karunga. These young generation, most of them
yeah, yeah.
things like that. So at that time, how you prepared your spares, preparation of the vehicle, and the servicing of the vehicle, how everything you have prepared for this trip?
Yeah, I had to learn all these things on my own. I designed my own panniers. I made it with solid steel. That's why even when I came back, they are still intact. No breakages, nothing. And so I learned motorcycle servicing. I used to go to the workshop and spend my time there. And I used to open the bike on my own. So otherwise, you'll be stranded. You see, this is not a world tour kind of a bike.
Yes.
And even if it is a World Tour kind of a bike like BMW 1200cc also, they do break down.
Yes.
And a World Tour, it will break down sometime or the other. Yeah, and if you don't know how to repair it, then you are going to be stranded for many days.
Yes.
So the kind of places I go, I went through Syria and all these Middle Eastern places. So you don't find any advanced mechanics or anybody. So, and this kind of models are non-existent outside of India. See, Hero Honda Charisma is specifically Indian-made bike. So you won't find Charisma in Europe,
Yes.
or even similar bikes also you won't find such bikes in Europe. So you can't expect the spare parts to be available there. So if some small spare part is gone and you have to wait for a week or 2 weeks to get that spare part.
Yes.
So that's how it's going to cost more. So
Right.
in my entire pannier boxes, yeah, everything was spare parts and other motorcycle parts. So only that big box behind me was carrying all the tenting, camping gear and the tents and other things. And only that suitcase was full of my electronics and the laptop and all the battery chargers and everything. So that was the best thing I could do at that time. So even now, if you get all the aluminum panels and other things, then nothing was available. Even I went to Thailand to get my motorcycle jacket. I imported my shoes from America.
Oh.
So not even you can't even find the motorcycle jacket at that time.
Yes. Right.
So that was the case there.
Hmm.
So I had to redesign everything, and I designed the bike and panniers on my own. So we made it with the workshopmen, and so everything was custom made and jugad wala.
Hmm. So no, I mean, I have read about it that when you did the trial with full load, all the spare parts and with the camping gears and whatever electronic items are there, so
Yeah,
fully loaded, and the obviously boxes का भी खुद का weight होता है. So those
yeah,
weights, और उसके बाद when you sat on your motorcycle, तो it was so heavy that you were not able to balance it.
yeah, yeah. See, it's a 100 kilo motorcycle, and I put another 150 kgs of weight on that. So it's not really meant for that kind of a motorcycle. See, if you take a BMW 1200 cc bike, even if you load 100 200 kgs on that, it is kind of made for the frame, and everything is made for that kind of a weight.
Yes.
So this is a street bike, which is meant for going from one place to another place within the city.
Mm.
So they are not meant for long range riding.
Mm.
So everything was imbalanced, like, and there I had a huge tail box on the tail, like at the behind the
Yes.
seat. That is behind the seat.
Mm.
So that will actually pull the front wheel up. So
Yes.
you will be doing wheelies even when you are riding. So that was the position there. So because of all the tail weight, the handlebar would shake like heavy thing, and so there'll be a lot of wobbling and all. But you need to get used to all that. If you see in our villages, people they'll
Yes.
load 10 rice bags on a scooty and they'll go.
Yes.
But
Yes.
the thing is, you can't do that for a long time, like what I was doing. So you can put 10 rice bags on a scooter and go from for maybe 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, but not 100 kilometers.
Mm.
Yeah, I was riding for about 47,000 kilometers.
Yes. 47. The overall trip was 47,000
Yeah,
kilometers.
but 7,000.
This flag off was done by that time Chief Minister of the state.
Yeah, Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh,
Yeah.
Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy, he flagged off me from Andhra. Yeah.
Okay. So how they came to know about this? So you invited them, or what?
No, it was all over the newspapers because I announced my trip to the press and public, and it's the one good thing is this is something being done for the first time. So इंडिया से पहला आदमी जो बाइक लेके पूरा दुनिया घूम के आने वाला है, तो ये फैल जाता है. So
Right.
the news is spread all over the country. So a lot of people they used to invite me to their place, and so that way it was a very like famous thing.
Right.
So yeah, even in now it is with one picture on social media, everybody will come to know about it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Within an hour, everybody will share it and everybody will come to know it.
Mm.
That time it was only newspaper
Right.
and television coverage. So wherever I go, the local newspaper, TV people, they'll come and they'll cover it. So that's how they all used to know about it.
And
Definitely.
what should be the message you want to give to the young riders, because these days culture is definitely evolving. It evolved over the years, and now it's still evolving. So what message you want to give to the younger generation who wants to ride, who wants to do longer road trips? Because one question which these days everybody is like, I don't have enough money to do this, how I can earn money from this. So money part is something which is which becomes the priority for everybody, either it is a field of racing or normal road trips. So what's your thought on that? And
My message would be stop talking and start riding.
okay, so
Because see, for somebody with a dream and a determination, money is a necessity. Okay, money comes at the end. So I am ready to ride now and I want to go there and I will do anything for it, no matter what. So money is a requirement. So that's how it happens. And when you are so damn decided about your deep dream and chasing that dream, no matter what happens, you will automatically find something or somebody helping you and somebody doing that. So because they will see that intense dream inside you, and that वो अंदर वाला ये जो आग होता है ना, वो आग दिख जाती है बाकी लोगों को. But when you start say, okay, give me some money, then I'll go, then nobody will give you. You're not going to get any money from anybody. So if you are just waiting for somebody to give you money, nobody is going to give you.
It's not going
So
to.
yeah, people are either riding to become famous on social media and other things, or people who want to do something like this, expecting that there is a lot of money in it. So people, I haven't made even a single series about my world tour or wrote a book about my world tour because I was more content about doing it. So वो अपने लिए किया था.
Yes.
यहाँ की एक ड्रीम के लिए किया था, अपना एक सपना था, पूरा करने के लिए किया था. So it is that intent that will be seen by others. Okay, so if I was doing only for publicity or show or anything like that, even I wouldn't have done, because you will feel broken. You'll be broken sometime and somewhere, and you won't go ahead unless you have that deep desire to make this trip. You will not go forward. You'll go other trip में वापस आ जाओगे.
And you must have celebrated the 16th year in the April. You started this journey on 2nd April 2006, I guess.
Yeah.
And so it's been 16 years since your journey started and finished, obviously, after 18 months of it. So so you still have that Karizma bike with you?
Yeah. I still have it. I still ride it.
Yeah, so it's in right. I mean, you can ride it, so that means it's in working condition.
Yeah. I keep riding it.
Okay, great.
It's a prized possession.
Obviously, I mean that is something that should be kept in a museum also, because the first Indian motorcycle, first Indian make motorcycle to cross that much international land borders
around the world.
The world. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So one last part of it, apart from flying the motorcycle from India to Iran, is there any other part of there must be some other parts also where you must have flown or shipped your motorcycle?
Yeah. So whenever you cross a continents are not connected by road. So whenever you cross a continent, you either have to ship it by sea or flight.
Yes.
So apart from that, I shipped it from Los Angeles to Australia, and from Australia to Indonesia. So those two shipments will be there. So and those are the two major shipments. And when I'm crossing from UK to Canada.
Yes.
So all those times I was shipping my bike from one continent to other continent. So you'll have to ship it. There's no other way.
And then managing everything, the bike shipment, your own travel, receiving it, preparing it again, and everything, you have to do it.
Yeah, go on the other side of the sea and there wait for your bike, and then process all the carnets and other paperwork for the bike, and then get everything on your own. So it's a full-time job.
Very important point. I just heard, and now I can recall. So Carnet is basically the visa for your motorcycle.
Yeah.
So what is the process of Carnet at that time? You had gone through to get those Carnet for those countries.
Even it is the same at that time and even now also, but you get it for a much cheaper price now. So the Carnet is a document that whenever you ship your motorcycle or whenever you cross one country to another country, you are importing a motorcycle into that country. And whenever you're taking it out of that country, then you are exporting a motorcycle. So you can export yourself with a passport and the visa, but motorcycle can't go with you. So Carnet is something like a passport for the motorcycle, which guarantees that this motorcycle is importing or exporting only temporarily. So you take the carnet from Indian Automobile Association or various associations are there. So there you actually need to deposit 2-3 times the value of your motorcycle, car or anything. So then they'll give you a carnet for a fee of 25,000 or 50,000. And then when you go through all the countries, they will stamp it as temporary import and temporary export and all that. So once you finish your complete your ride and come back to India, and when you give it back to the Automobile Association, then they will give you the deposit back.
Okay. So thanks for giving your time for this interview,
Thank you.
and my best wishes for you, whatever you do and whatever you want to achieve in life.
Yeah.
And best of luck
Thank
for
you.
that. Thank
Okay.
you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice meeting you all and your viewers. And I wish you all good luck with your channel and hope to see you somewhere on the road.